Hi again. So I've been feeling and looking into shame. Shame. This book, Healing the Shame That Binds Us. Like, this is very well loved. It's helping a lot. And something that I have been exploring over the last year, but I've noticed it for at least 10 years. This seesaw, this swing between feeling inferior and feeling superior to others, and always obviously in others versus myself. Other is better, I'm worse. Other is worse, I'm better. And sometimes it's to a specific person, or sometimes it's about a specific topic or group of people, but it's always me and other. And it's, from what I've figured out, it's the seesaw of, am I good enough? I'm good enough, I'm worthy, I'm lovable, I'm important when I know stuff. And it's not just about knowing stuff, you know, it's like, is knowing how. Like, for me, I think my ability to feel good and comes from being wanted and needed, and then the way that I that still is expressed through helping people, through coaching or support or whatever, whether it's clients or friends, whatever it is. And it's not to say that I'm not good at it, it's not to say it doesn't actually help. Like, there's two separate pieces. There's that it works, it helps, it's cool, and what I make it mean about me. And they're two completely separate things, but in here they're completely intertwined, and that makes it really, really, really hard. I called a friend today to share with her, or to apologize, because we spoke yesterday and she asked for some help or some feedback, some reflections. And because I put a YouTube video out yesterday and my husband was like, oh my God, you're amazing. And you know, I had people tell me, you're so good at this stuff. You're really good at helping people feel safe. And I reflect on that, and I can see, just like I said, there is a truth to that, and then there's what I make that mean. Like, there is a truth to it, but it's like the ego goes, see, you're important now. And when that happens, I'm then lost, because I'm watching a parakeet bob up and down on a branch. I'm lost, because instead of just being in the truth of like, yes, there's something that I'm good at, that's cool, doesn't make me better, doesn't make me worse, doesn't mean, like, it literally means nothing beyond, hey, there's this skill that seems to come through with some people, great. Where that goes, what happens with that, just the truth of that thing is happening in that moment, cool. Because I make it, it's like the ego, the mind, the body-mind system that's still feeling some shame, that's still experiencing shame, still doesn't see itself as good enough, is holding on to, like, grabbing on to anything that's like positive. So it can see that as positive, the fact that I am good at things. And so it goes, look at that, you're really good at this thing, you're better than, and then it takes it a step further and it goes, you're better than other people, you can help people more. But on the flip side of that is the other fact and truth that other people are also good at this stuff. Also, other people can be better than me. And there's people that I can't help that other people can. And those are the obvious truths, but they feel personal. I deleted Facebook a couple of weeks ago. It feels like a couple of weeks, it's probably a week. I went on yesterday to share that I've made a YouTube video, to share that I'm doing a group tonight, a being together Zoom group call. And I inevitably started scrolling, and a lot of people on my feed talk about trauma and emotional release and emotional repression and awakening and then personal development or business development, all these things, and I can't help but be triggered so often. And there was someone who's on a really amazing journey, and he's shifting a lot with his shame, and I saw him ask a question, and I was trying to think of the answer to it, and I actually didn't know the answer. I could feel the answer to a certain degree, but I really wasn't able to like express it at all. To the point where I don't even know if I do know the answer. I don't know. Maybe I don't, and I don't want to admit that. And someone commented an answer, and I read the first few lines, so I was like, she's got it, she knows, she should be doing this work, I shouldn't be doing this work, she's better than me, look at all these people who know more than me and are better than me. And this spiral happened, and that's what I mean by the seesaw, this when you live on a spectrum between something and you're battling to not be at one end and to be at the other end, to avoid the other end. Like, I need to be right to avoid being wrong. I need to avoid being wrong and the pain of that, so I need to be right. And usually it's not trying to be right, it's actually avoiding being wrong. It's not actually trying to be the positive thing, it's avoidance of the negative feeling. It's commonly known, apparently, in sales and marketing and personal development that we all move away. Moving away from pain is a much bigger motivator and mover than moving towards pleasure. We will move faster to get away from pain than we will do towards pleasure, which, by the way, makes total sense why we're all often stuck in coping mechanisms. We would rather stick to our coping mechanisms, whatever they are, whatever addiction there is, whether you want to go the classic obvious drugs, alcohol, those things, or the more the other things like eating too clean or watching too much Netflix or running too much or overworking, like whatever it is. Like, of course we're going to do more, and the body is naturally going to do the coping mechanisms to avoid pain more than it's going to do the things that we know are good for us, because we're moving towards wellness, which isn't as the body mind system doesn't want to do as much as it wants to move away from pain. That's helpful to realize. If that's just a thing that just seems to happen, like, we can't fight biology, it's pointless. It doesn't mean that we don't move towards health and wholeness. When you can't move towards wholeness. We are all whole at all times, and we are just coming towards the recognition of wholeness. But even in this, as I talk about this, I can feel my belly starting to feel like, see, I know stuff. And I don't like it. This feeling of feeling superior to other people, of knowing more, of having certainty. As soon as I seem to have certainty at the moment, like I feel icky. I can't plan very much at the moment because it feels weird to say I know what I'm going to want in the future. I barely know what I want in the moment. That's not true, I do. And the fact that the more I do know what I want in the moment, and the more that I see it change, and I can't control what I want changing and what's needed changing, then how could I possibly anticipate what's going to happen in a month or 2 or 3 months? Like, holding myself to something that's going to happen in a few months seems bonkers. I just can't do it. Like, it's too much pain. I will sabotage any plans. It's not even, it doesn't even matter what the plan is, even if it's like super fun, amazing, something I want to do forever. I don't know if I'm going to want to do it on that day. I don't know how I'm going to feel. I don't know what's going to go on with my body. I don't know if I'm going to wake up in a shame spiral. I have no idea. How can I possibly plan? I can put something in the diary, but holding myself to definitely doing that thing is insane. Insane. And so the certainty thing, like holding on to certainty, it doesn't work for me. Like, certainty doesn't create safety anymore for me. Allowing what is to be as it is feels safer, feels more true, feels real. Even if what's true in here is pain, even if what's true in here is feeling superior or inferior. It's weird though. I feel like I need to create some space so people can digest, so you can digest. It's weird because I'm so used to feeling less than, and not that it's comfortable, I don't like it. But I'm really not comfortable feeling better than either, which I think I have in the past. I've wanted to be famous or Insta famous, or and I'd never admit that. I'd never admit, like, I want to be known and I want people to like me. I want lots of people to like me, and I want them to tell me that I'm giving them value. Like, I would have never said that before. I really don't care about that now, even though there is definitely still something in me that's like, oh, but I want it to. I don't actually care, but I can see the thought that is still there. I can see the mechanism of, if that happens, then I'll be good, then something good will happen. That is a good thing to happen. I can see that's still kind of wanted, but I don't really want it, if that makes sense. I don't know where I was going. The feeling superior is just icky. I wanted to feel important. Now it feels gross. When I called this friend and apologized to her today, I said, sorry. And she helped me see that there are, like I said at the beginning of this video, there are two things happening. There's the fact that with me and her, for example, I seem to have started on this path before her. So, like, I'm a few steps ahead. Seemingly steps ahead. It doesn't really make sense. It's Jeremy Berry. That is a good place reference. There's no one who's ahead of anyone, really, but it can appear that way, and we can, round us as we're all just walking each other home. And I like that, because it feels that way. And I can see objectively that seems to be what's happening with me and her, and there are other people who are helping me walk home. They're like, hey, you know that's also, yes, come with me, you're on the right path, cool. And I can do that for her. And so there's the truth of, like, I do know a little, I know some more, or I can help her feel validated, I can help reflect things, help her see things that she may not be seeing, or just like help her see herself a bit more clearly, because her and I have some tendencies, and I have them with other people, not everyone, but other people, maybe you, and I can help people see that, like maybe this video is doing, but that doesn't make me better. And so they're two separate things. There's like this, I know things and they can help people, but that doesn't make me better or worse. That doesn't make me more important or less important. But I can't make that go away either. Have you tried? I wonder if anyone watching this is even like honest enough with themselves to recognize this. I mean, if you got to 15 minutes, you probably know this a bit about yourself anyway. But it feels gross. Like, I don't like admitting it. It's only because I can see that it's a program and a coping mechanism and a way of feeling safe somehow that has helped me. And the more I talk about it, the more I understand it, the more I see where it has come from, the more I don't hate it, and the less I hate it and shame it, the more it's brought to light, the more it can be loved and acknowledged, and the less it's needed. But it still feels shameful to say, yeah, sometimes with my friends, I feel like I'm better than them. I'm not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to say that about anyone. I'm better than them. Of course, like at the core, I know I am no better than anyone. No one is better than anyone else. This is just this. Life is just as it is. Everyone just is as they are. There's no better person than anyone. People do things that hurt other people, and some people do things that help a lot of other people, but that actually doesn't make one person intrinsically better than anyone else. Someone might have more utility in society, maybe, but that doesn't mean they're intrinsically better. You know, if a person who's hurting people says, hey, I want to stop hurting people, can you help me? Yes, because you are just as important as the person, you mean as much as the person who is helping all the people, you know? No one is intrinsically better than anyone else, so you're not allowed to say these things. But if we don't say these things, if we don't admit how it feels, and that we don't like it and that we wish it wasn't the case, I can feel in my belly that something's just shifted, even just by saying it. Thank you. Not totally gone, but just a little shift. Then that helps. And I really want to start making, I can't control anything, but I would love if what happened is that I could keep sharing videos, keep talking about things without the sense of inferiority coming up, which leads to superiority, which means like, I'm better than you because I'm the one making the video. Like, that's such shit. That's such shit. No one, no one is better than anyone else on YouTube just because someone's got better editing and they seem more flashy. God, it means nothing. It really means nothing. And just because someone seems more successful doesn't mean they are. Everything is smoke and mirrors. Everything's smoke and mirrors. I'm looking at some smoke, some incense. Everything seems to be smoke and mirrors. And it's confusing because even saying this, I'm like, I wonder how people will see me. Will they see me as someone, wow, she knows stuff and she's really honest and she's really authentic. Wow, that's cool. Or will they say, God, she's boring and like she talks about this stuff all the time and like she's not good at expressing, or why doesn't she just do X and Y? And the truth is I have no idea. And yet the mind still wants to figure it out so I can be liked and better or something. I'm figuring it out. I don't know anything. I seem to know what I know, and that keeps changing too. So I'm trying to keep myself humble and not less than, and not humble to make myself less than anyone, but humble as in true. Like, I know some things and I like to share them, and I feel like sharing them here, and I don't know why, but I do. And that's cool. If it helps people, then cool, and helps me. But it doesn't mean anything about me. It doesn't mean anything about anyone, depending who's this side of the camera or the screen. It doesn't mean anything about anyone. Okay, I'll finish up here. Have a wonderful day. Let me know if this resonated. Like, subscribe, comment. It does help a lot. It feels really scary to do these things. So please subscribe if you want to know more. You can always unsubscribe at some point. All right.